Good morning, Kings. Today we're meditating through Psalm 119 and we're in verse 29. Put false ways far from me and graciously teach me your law. There is a sobering expression that you may have heard. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. You see, no one really thinks of themselves as doing evil. C.S. Lewis points this out in the opening pages of Mere Christianity. People appeal to a moral standard because they know it exists, but when their behavior is contrary to that standard, they look for loopholes, excuses, and reasons why their behavior is justified. People deceive themselves and think of their ways as good. And that's what the psalmist is speaking of, putting false ways far from him. Why? Because, as we saw in verse 25, the psalmist is seeking life, and false ways bring death. Check out this warning from Proverbs 14:12. There is a way that seems right to a man, but its end is the way to death. Now, how can we learn what is false? By learning the word. If you know the genuine article, then fakes become obvious. In banking, this is how they used to teach people how to spot fakes. They'd get them to count bills, legitimate ones, over and over again. And then after a couple of months, they would introduce a fake bill. And because the person had become so familiar with the legitimate article, the fake bill would instantly stand out. They wouldn't necessarily know what was wrong with it or be able to articulate it, but they would know it was wrong. So the psalmist is asking for God to graciously teach him his ways so that he can remove his false ones. So too, we should examine God's word so that we know what is right. Just as it says in Lamentations 3:40, let us test and examine our ways and return to the Lord. For your reflection questions for today, what false ways are you walking in, and how have you justified these to yourself? And how can you test your ways? And what does it look like for you to return to the Lord today? That's it for today's reflection. I will close with Romans 12:2. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, so that you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. Have a good day, Kings.